Hey guys, it's time for a Q&A. So I post on Facebook and also Instagram to do a Q&A, questions about fitness, business, life, anything. So this is going to be one of the new series on this channel. So also I want to cover real quick this channel. Mondays is always going to be an inspirational video. Tuesdays is going to be a workout vlog. There's not going to be a video Wednesday. Thursday, there will be another workout vlog. And Saturday, there will be a random topic. So this is on a Saturday. So it's going to be like a rotating series. Saturday might be a focus video. It might be a Q&A. It might be advice. It could be anything. It could even be, day of eating or a day in the life or something. It could be any of those. So that means there will be 3 to 4 videos a week. Sometimes there might only be one workout vlog, so that means there might only be 3 videos a week, but I'm going to try hard to shoot for 4 videos a week. So that's what I'm going to go for. With that said, let's get to the Q&A. Alright guys, so I got your questions on Facebook and I pulled them up into a notes app just so I could easily read them. There's 5 questions and 2 of them are the first 2 are fitness questions. The last 3 are business and life. So it's this is the first Q&A I've ever done that's kind of been away from fitness too. So this is going to be something totally new that I've never done, giving advice like that. But I love giving my opinion, so take it for what it's worth. Anyway though, first question is, how do you drop cardio without gaining fat after a prep? So we all know when you go into prep, the usual thinking is when you go into prep you have to up your cardio and stuff, which not me. I have clients that I coach personally, and I've had a couple of them do shows, and I actually had them do no cardio. They were pretty lean to begin with, so that might be one reason, why they could get away with that. But for the most part, you do not need cardio to lean out in the first place. And I recommend trying to stay away from cardio as much as possible. So that way, when you do absolutely need cardio, you can throw it in as a tool if you need it. I don't do any cardio myself except for like 8-10 second sprints a week, or maybe every other week. I lift. I don't do like any cardio anymore. And I have a desk job, so that should say something. I am an ectomorph, but ever since I've stopped doing cardio, my gains have just taken off. I mean, so everybody's gonna have their own thing. If you do cardio though, let's get back to this question. I tend to ramble off. If you're a new subscriber, you're used to me rambling off, or you're not used to that, but I tend to ramble off on subjects. I'm sorry, I get worked up on stuff easily. Anyway though, the question, let's say you have used cardio through your prep. You go through your prep and all 12 weeks of your prep, say, and you do maybe 3 days of low intensity cardio a week, or maybe even more than that. This person wants to know, how do you, after prep is over, is there a way to go back to a normal life of living without all that cardio and not put on body fat? And to put it short, you can do it, but a lot of times what you see people do is they do a show and then they just drop everything they've been doing. They don't track their macros as close. They drop cardio completely because they don't think they need it. And they were doing, say, 4 days a week of cardio. Guess what? You're going to add quite a bit of fat, and your rebound is going to be twice as bad as if you would have slightly reversed out of it. So and what I coach to is reversing into things and reversing out of things. So, when you're leaning out for a prep, that's a slow process. That's why I like to start 14, 12 weeks out from a prep. That way you have plenty of time to not crash your metabolism. And then also, after the competition, I have some clients that hate me for this, but I have them go slowly reversing their calories back up. It's called the reverse diet. You follow Layne Norton, I'm sure, if you watch me. And he preaches, reverse dieting. Well, I preach also the same reverse cardio. If you did cardio, maybe you didn't do cardio, but if you did, reverse cardio. So let's say you did 4 weeks of cardio a week, 30 to 40 minutes. right after your contest prep, you're not going to want to do any cardio. That's understandable, but you're going to have to do it anyway. If you were doing 4 days, drop it to 3 days, and then see how your body responds for like maybe say 2 weeks of that. Then after that, you can drop a little bit more drastic too. You don't need to be that conservative. So if you started with 4 days of cardio, maybe drop to 3 the next week, maybe drop to 2 the next week. Then adjust your body weight and your body fat percentage. Are you still feeling comfortable? Do you think you put on body fat by dropping that cardio out, or are you okay? And also at the same time, you're also reversing your calories too. So you're doing less cardio, but you're trying to up your calories slowly. So you'd think you'd put on more weight. But what you gotta remember too here is once you're adding in more food, your training intensity will go up. So that will compensate for the loss of cardio. You'll be able to train harder. You'll be able to get back to your normal volume that you were training with, probably at the beginning of your prep that built the muscle to begin with. You're going to be reversing that. So, it's a pyramid. In a competition, you go like this pretty much. You go down. You go down as you get leaner, and your cardio is going up and your calories are going down. So it's like crossing it all over, zigzagging. And then after the competition is the same exact thing. It's confusing, but cardio drops as cardio will drop and your food goes up. That combination would put on fat, but you gotta remember then your training intensity shoots up, which gets you back to baseline. So as long as your training intensity is going up after competition and you're reversing properly your calories slowly and you're dropping cardio out slowly, you'll eventually hit a point where you don't have to do cardio anymore, and you'll be back to that baseline of maintaining training intensely, and your calories will be high enough too. So you'll be able to maintain that constant surplus of calories without putting on much fat as long as your training intensity is high. That's so important. Training intensity. And I'm not talking about balls to the wall, running and stuff like that, circuit training. No, I'm talking about intensity, weight lifted. So, that's one reason why I also talk about, if you're not prepping and if you're in off season or if you're just trying to, maintain, get into powerlifting. Maybe it doesn't seem like it'd be fun. Try it for just a week. Try it for a month. Dedicate yourself to powerlifting for a month, and you'll watch your increases in strength go up, and you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. So anyway, way too long on that one question. We gotta hurry up. Next question, do you recommend dropping calories on rest days? I do personally. I have my clients drop calories on rest days unless they are, a super hard gainer and they have a real active lifestyle. If you have an active lifestyle and are a hard gainer, I do not recommend it. But for me, I have a desk job. I like to drop like today's a rest day, for instance, where I'm doing absolutely nothing. And I like to drop my calories about 300 to 400. And that's all coming from mainly carbs. My fats and proteins I keep the same. I just drop my carbs on my rest days. That's just me personally. I have some clients that like to keep their calories the same. They just feel better that way, and I've tried that too myself. But for me, I just prefer dropping calories on off days. It's just easier that way. Next question. How do you start a business? This is a crazy question that I could go on for hours with. But to sum it up, you gotta have an idea. You gotta have an idea that will change the world. And you have to think about other people, how you can help other people change their lives for better. So when you come up with that concept of how you and your idea can help fix an issue in this world or correct some other issue out there, or think about other people, how it would benefit them, that's an idea. That's how then you can start building out concepts of how that idea can make money. And I actually just wrote a blog on that. Link is in the description, revgraphics.com. Click on blog. Just wrote a blog on how to go about your guide to success. Check that out. I think you'll really like it. It goes out in detail what you need to do, how you need to plan your steps out, and I'll do another separate video about that. We're running out of time. Next question is, what are your thoughts on college? To be honest, you don't need college. I went to college, and honestly, I've really got nothing out of it. I I'm a graphic designer, but I went to college for visual communications and stuff, which I didn't get the job because I had a college degree. I got the job because I was good at graphic design at the place I work now. I work at a local newspaper ad agency place. So that's what I've been doing for the last 5 years out of college. Now, maybe if I would have, applied at big cities and stuff, or lived in big cities, maybe it'd be different. But you do not need college to be a success. Look at some of the most successful people out there. They do not have a college degree. They've dropped out. They either don't have a college degree, they've dropped out of college, they've tried college, it wasn't for them, or they had no part in it. And they've still made great changes to the world and became a success. So I'm not against school by any means. My older sister, my younger sister, she's getting ready to go to college. That's great. It's not for everybody though. And if you're not into college, do not go. If you're not dedicated to school, just do not go, because it's not worth the money then. The only way you should go to college is if you're honestly dedicated to stick with what you're gonna do and you have a good major. As Dave Ramsey says, do not go to college to get a degree in German polka history. All right, that last question is, what are your thoughts on buying a new car? Okay, this is kind of funny since I reverted into Dave Ramsey. As you see, I'm a Dave Ramsey follower, so you'll probably know my answer to this question if you know Dave Ramsey. Your car should never be more than half your annual income. So let's say you make $50,000 a year. Your car should not be more than $25,000. So, and you should never go into debt by buying a car. You should never have car payments. The car I have now, I saved up for, bought with cash. And it took me a while to save up for that car. I love my car. It's a G6 2009 GT, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a convertible, and I saved up for it. I pretty much, put money away, and over time, got the car. And that's what I recommend you do too. Pay yourself car payments like you would a dealer, and eventually you'll have enough money to go buy a car. But I do not recommend buying a new car ever. Anything with a motor goes down in value, and you don't want that. You don't want anything that's super high that goes down in value. The only reason I would recommend buying a new car is if you're Christian Guzman. That was an inside joke. If you watch Christian Guzman, you know he always buys new cars. He buys BMWs. And that's just saying if you're rich, if you're success, if you can afford the new car, then you can buy the new car. But if you have to think about it, don't buy the new car. You're gonna regret it. I recommend going on Auto Trader, getting something used, and that'll serve as your purpose. So later in life, you can drive like nobody else. Drive like nobody else, so later you can drive like nobody else, as Dave Ramsey would say. And this is a giant plug for the Dave Ramsey Show, I see. But anyway, guys, that's the Q&A. 12 minutes, not bad. I think I answered those questions. Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for other videos coming. If you guys have questions, I want to hear them in the comments. If you have something you disagree with me with, bring a good conversation in the comments. And we'll see you next time, guys. See ya.